There we go. Alright. Sorry about that. My mic was not working there for a minute. Because sometimes OBS likes to forget that it's supposed to be my friend, not my biggest enemy. So, pray tell, I woke up super late today. I wish I had a reason. I honestly just kept falling asleep. Yeah, I honestly just kept dozing off. I woke up super late. I didn't even have time to take off my bonnet before eating breakfast and everything. So I think we're just gonna jump right into it. So, back in the day, I was really into Bleach, and believe it or not, I actually haven't seen the new season of the 1,000-Year Blood War, which is hilarious. I'm kind of waiting until it all finishes, so I have, so I can watch it all at once. But I will say, one of the first things my husband and I did together when we first got together, especially during COVID, was watch the entirety of Bleach. We only skipped one filler arc. And that was, I believe, the Captain Amagai arc, if I recall correctly. So, let's see. I managed to draw Rukia, Ichigo, and Uryu. I drew Uryu first because Uryu is my favorite character. But back in the day, I used to love Bleach. I was a pretty hardcore Ichigo Rukia shipper back in the day. I'm not anymore because now that I'm older, wiser, I have a deep and abiding appreciation for the character Renji, even though I initially hated him. But I love him now, even though he loses every fight he's in. So, I'm gonna try to draw Orihime. Let's see. Let's have my sketch layers ready. Orihime has a round face. A round face with some heart-shaped cheeks. And see, I would have given Rukia a heart shape, but I feel she's like sharper than Orihime as far as facial structure goes. Especially in the manga. In the manga, despite what people say, there are a lot more variations of like face shapes than there are in the anime because, you know, production issues in anime, it's different than just drawing it. So, let's see here. We're gonna have to reverse the canvas on this one. Heart-shaped faces are very difficult for me to draw. Because as you can see, her cheek is huge on this side. And Orihime's got a very soft, ingenue-like face. Let's see how this turns out. I would have to say the closest character as far as face shape would go for Orihime would be Rapunzel. Her facial structure would be different, of course, but... Alright. There's something I want to look up before I continue. And that is the type of eyes I want to give her. Because I want to give her different eyes than Rukia. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to reverse the canvas for her face, because it's already tilted to the right. Well, to the left. Okay. Her eyes are a lot rounder than Rukia's. Let me check my reference again. Oh, I managed to do that entirely incorrectly. And as a matter of fact, let me just start over. She's got a cute little button nose, so... Alright, let's see. This is already bothering me. There we go. That's a bit better. Okay. I think that's good. Let's give her ears. Alright. Now, let's do her hair. Long hair is very difficult for me, so... You know what? I'm only gonna mess with it when this is over. Okay. So, long hair is really hard for me. And I'm actually going to do her 1000-Year Blood War hair, because I like it a lot better than her original hairstyle, which was just Rukia but long. So... I don't think her eyes are big enough. The more I look at this, I'm like, her eyes aren't big enough. Because in the anime, her eyes are enormous. I'll be honest, they are like a solid 60% of her face. Oh, right. I'm on the wrong layer. There we go. Alright, let me see how close I can get this hair. References are important, so let's see. Her hair is parted asymmetrically. Goes out a little like this. In a little like that. Okay, yeah. I made her hair a bit too big. Usually when I draw my own original characters, I prefer spicy hair, but Orihime's hair is not that spicy. I might still change her hair. Actually, this side is shorter because there's less hair. And it still comes in quite a bit like this. Yeah, her eyes just need to be different. Yep, that's better. That's much better. Give her some eyelids. Now, let's reverse the canvas to see just how just how uneven they are, and which is very... Wow, her face is very lean too. It's the unfortunate curse of being right-handed, so let's fix her jaw too. That way... She's still leaning quite a bit. So we're going to... Oh, wait, wrong layer. Actually, let me just... erase her hair so we can start over now that her face is shaped different. Wrong layer. Yeah, it's better. She's still a little leaned, but it'll be okay. It's just a sketch. I just wanted to make sure that when I draw these characters, that I draw them consistently. Actually, we're going to keep the curve to her eye. Alright. I'm going to stop messing around with that, because as much as I do... Okay. So her hair is actually really asymmetrical. Alright. Let's erase the top of her head. Yeah, that looks a lot more doable. Okay. I am going to draw our barrettes. Just give me a minute. Shoulder hurts a little bit. We're going to take a small coffee break. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and add an accessory layer. Oh, there are only 6 petals. Okay. Still not quite. What? Still not quite right. Okay, her barrette placement makes no sense. Because in the manga, it's definitely where her bangs are clipped. In the anime, they're just kind of pasted on her head. Okay, the barrettes aren't perfect, but it'll be alright. And while I'm here, let's go ahead and draw Uryu's glasses. I'll have to do. They're not perfect, but they'll work for now. Alright. Now we have Orihime. I would say that looks like Orihime. Now add some... a little bit of shading. Okay, the shading's not perfect, but it'll do. She has a very high forehead compared to everybody else. Yeah, but I think she looks fine. Alright, and I think the last one we need to do is Chad. I really don't like the way Ichigo looks, deadass. I like Ishida, I like Rukia. I don't know. Ichigo's not doing it for me. I might have to redraw him in a minute here. I need to stretch. All right. All right. Chad is made of squares. So let's choose this corner here, right next to Rukia. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. The only reason Chad's hair looks like that is because he can't find someone that will do his hair in Karakura Town. Alright, so let's go back to the sketch layer. Chad has a very square face. But unlike Ichigo and Ishida, his chin is another smaller square. Because his chin is actually... well, no. His chin is actually very sharp. So maybe he does have... maybe it is... no, actually, I can tell you. There we go. Better. Because his chin is actually quite sharp. He has a very defined jawline. His chin is wider, though. So, wider chin. A face made of squares. Very thick lines. Okay. I think that's fine. I might just be fooling myself, but... sometimes with male Bleach characters, it's kind of hard to tell. Because all their faces are so angular. So let's see. Sharp. Oof. Yeah, that needs some help. Alright. Chad has distinctly different noses and eyes. Actually, Chad's face is just different altogether, so... hear me peel an apple, because I'm still hungry. And some ASMR, some apple peeling ASMR for you. I still retain some of my knife skills, contrary to popular opinion. Alright, there we go. Alright. So if Chad's eyes are so different... No. No. Absolutely not. You know what? I think I might have just made his face too long. Let me try one more time. Yeah, honestly, I just think his face is too long. It's the drawback of using two rectangles for a face. The problem with, I wouldn't necessarily say that this is a problem, but one of the biggest I wouldn't say contradictions, but conflicts in, I guess you could say, my style versus Kubo's style, is that Kubo's eyes are very narrow. The way he draws eyes, they are very narrow, and my eyes are very not, as you can see. They're usually quite large. And so, I have to admit, translating that has been a bit baffling. So I'm going to do something a bit unusual, and I'm going to do Chad's nose first, actually. Alright. That's fine. His mouth is very, very slanted. Alright. Let's do the eyes again. I don't think I want to do the eyes like everybody else is. Nothing an apple slice won't fix. All right. I think I should give him... No. I feel like I'm onto something, but it also feels off. Maybe the face is still just too long. Too narrow. They're actually quite far. Like here. I don't like how small his eyes are. It's just not vibing with me. Oh, hey, just for the fun of it. What's up? Almost didn't see you there. I'm really struggling with Chad's face here. And honestly, the reason why I'm struggling with it is that most of it's covered. That's the big thing that's bothering me. It's the hair. You know, maybe I'll feel better once the hair is added. Also, you're looking a little like Nanami. Let's do some plastic surgery here. Lower the eyes. Shape the cheek bones a little bit, because they have a little bit of shape to them. He's got a real thick neck. He's a big dude. Now, to get over this, I'm gonna try and draw his hair. Because I'm looking now, and I'm realizing that depending on the era, his hair is on the wrong side. There, in a 1,000-Year Blood War, I just realized where his hair goes is different. The manga has it one way, and the anime has it another. I am now frustrated. Okay, hang on. No, hang on. This man truly gets hoed by the writers on so many occasions. Okay. Because I'm looking at the manga, his hair is on the left side, not the right. So let's try this. I had a question for you just for the fun of it. Do you watch Bleach by any chance? Yeah, I think I just made his head too long. I mean, to be fair, his head is super long in the manga. Like, just his head in general is just really long. So we're not going to give him plastic surgery just yet. This makes me so angry. His hair is literally on the wrong side. Also, his hair is not that long. Looking a little like Alice Cooper. Let me get a good look at this man. Also, I'm looking at some of these... I'm looking at some of these manga panels. And Chad literally looks like an old-ass man. Like, I'm not even kidding. Love him to death. My man's got hoed by the writers. But I feel like, after a while, Kubo just straight up forgot how to draw him. Because Kubo has admitted that he forgot Chad was a musician. Now, I could just be moaning, because Chad is one of my favorite characters. Simply because he exists. Up, and then immediately down, out, down, up, then down again. Okay, you know what? I don't think that's terrible. Let's reverse the canvas to see how... Oh wow, his face is very tilted. Maybe that's why it keeps not looking right to me. Oh, right. Wrong layer. Yeah, maybe that's why it keeps looking wrong note to me. Just slightly bigger, slightly farther. Okay. And let's go to layer 4. Erase that. Put his eye bags back. Well, actually, let's get rid of them and then add them later. I think I just need to make this eye smaller. So let's do that. It's layer 2. And let's actually erase this. All right. I think I gave Chad resting bitch face. I did. Chad is actually quite a bit gentler than the rest of his teammates. So, we're going to give him the non-threatening eyebrows. And then we're going to reverse the picture back where it was. Alright, it doesn't matter because he actually has an emo-ass haircut. Now, let me go back. Yeah, Chad's hair tends to, like, reverse, I've noticed. So, let's see. Let me go back to layer 3. And let me see if I can draw this man's hair, so... Alright. No, I can do this. Okay. After spending all that time on eyes. Sisyphus. Thy name is TK. The hair looks a bit lopsided, so I think we're going to see if there's an easy fix to this. And just move it. Move it down and move it to the left a little bit. I actually think that's fine. I actually think that is all right. You know what? After all that struggle, I think that's fine. I think we have a Chad. I think that's... I think that's our boy. Let's add some shadows here. He looks a little like a vagabond here, but it's okay. His eyes could be bigger. The shadows make him look a little emaciated. So let's clean those up. Okay, the gang's all here, I think. I could make his hair a little more outlined like the others. So let me do that. His hair definitely has a very unique shape as far as anime characters go. Well, thank you, just for the fun of it. Probably just gonna call you, probably might call you JT. Alright, I think this is a sufficient warm-up. Because I think we have everybody here. Especially with the, Give me just a second. Alright, I love you. See you later. I think that's good. Orihime looks a lot better than I thought. The only one that really, really bothers me is Ichigo. I hate his hair. Maybe his face is too long. Maybe his face is too long. Or maybe it's not wide enough. I don't know. Something just does not sit right in my spirit with Ichigo. Let me try giving Ichigo a little bit of plastic surgery. Because I just don't think his face is wide enough. It's alright, Ichigo, sweetheart. We're just gonna give you some... We're gonna give you some cheek implants. We're gonna straighten up your jaw a little bit. And then we're gonna do something about your hair. The Swan Bleach Edition. He's gonna look in the mirror and pretend that he really liked his plastic surgery. I'm trying to think of the eyes. Yeah, it's... Okay, hang on. I can do this. Ah! Not with that pen. I got this. We can make it work. Let's get rid of some of these shadows here. Some of these are on the wrong layer. I was drawing some of these really late at night and like during the D&D game. So I might have been a little distracted. The thing about Ichigo is his eyes are very sharp. And I wanted him to look somewhat similar to Ishida because they're cousins. Let's reverse the canvas. Okay. Because normally when something looks wrong note to me, I reverse the canvas to find out why. And the reason why is that their eyes are two different sizes. And the jaw is a little bit weird again. So let's sharpen this up. Once again, another curse of being only having one dominant hand as opposed to two. You know, that actually might be why his hair doesn't look right to me, is because his face is so off-center. Let's just redraw Ichigo's neck in general. I really do like these eyes better. Yeah, if you see the sketch layer, you'll see how narrow I had his face in the first place. And it wasn't vibing with me. Alright. His neck is actually not that narrow. It's like right here. Oh, no, I see the problem. Okay. I can do this. Okay. Did I fix it? Kinda. It's not perfect, but... let's then fix his eyebrows to give him more of a resting bitch face. Alright. Actually, I think I like that much better for Ichigo. The eyes just weren't... The eyes weren't hitting. The eyes really were not hitting. But now, I think they look much, much better. It was the eyes, JT. For some reason, they were really bothering me. I think it was because of how small they were compared to the rest of the cast here. And so, I wanted to draw them a little bigger. His face is still a little lopsided, but they're all a little lopsided, simply because I only have one dominant hand, and my tablet keeps slipping. So, I think I prefer these eyes. Yeah, I think I prefer those eyes for Ichigo. They look a little more alert, for one thing. And then there is one thing I like to add for every... Alright. So, let's do this. Let's... Okay. Alright. There we go. Gang's all here. All of their severed heads. So, let's see. I feel like as far as how close each one was, I feel like Orihime Forgive my atrocious handwriting. So I feel like Orihime is the most accurate, followed by Chad, even though Chad looks a lot younger. My issue with the portrayal of Chad in Bleach is the fact that he looks like a whole grown-ass man. Maybe even like an old man. And to an extent, I get it, but I also don't. It seems like they're making him look older simply for the fact that, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even want to get into it. But, I feel like Ichigo is the most off. Mostly because I don't understand Ichigo's hair. I have looked at numerous references of this man's fuck-ass bob. Because it really is. Or it's like a lady's pixie cut. It's closer to a lady's pixie cut. But his hair does not make sense. I have looked across all of the, like, a lot of Bleach stuff, and his hair is never the same shape. It's still spiky in, like, some of the same places, but not all the time. Even in the anime, it's, like, in different places. I won't lie, though, I'm kind of proud of Orihime. Orihime looks really good. I would say something about Rukia, but I feel like Rukia, out of all of these characters, has the easiest hairstyle. And I knew exactly how I wanted her to look. Sorry, I'm just having an apple break, and I think I'm gonna have a water break, too. There you go. Some water asthma for you. I really like your art style. Thank you, JT! That's very sweet of you. I have been really, really working at trying to develop an art style. So, one of the reasons my content schedule hasn't been very consistent lately, and a little bit of it is we're dealing with a lot of real life issues, like we have our wedding coming up. I know last time I was streaming consistently, I found out there was a death in the family. There was a hole ripped in our roof. So we do have a lot of, like, real life issues happening, but also I have just been trying to find a style of content outside of reactions. As much as I enjoyed the reactions, there was around, I think it was around November or December of last year, where suddenly a solid, I would say 65 to 70% of my content catalog, or just my content in general, because they were reactions, were copyright claimed all at once. Now, they were not struck, although I did receive a strike for my Skate the Infinity, for both my Skate the Infinity, oh, thank you, JT. For both my Skate the Infinity essays, I was able to fix the first one. I was not able to fix the second one. We're still figuring out how to get that back on YouTube. But I have been really trying to find a new way of getting my content out there. And some of it's worked, some of it hasn't. I would say a lot of it hasn't, to be honest. Some of my new stuff hasn't even gotten past quadruple digits, which I don't really mind because I still really enjoy and am proud of that specific content. So I don't really mind that per se. Like, I wish it got more exposure, but at the same time, I am more happy that I've done work that I'm proud of. But at the same time, I would love to actually start putting my art into streams rather than just talking about it. I would like to do it. And currently, I'm trying to find ways on how to do that, per se. And this is one of the ways, but I think I'm gonna try my best to start doing some animatics. I've never done those before. I don't even know how Toon Boom works. I'm gonna give it a shot, man. Like, I've got literally nothing to lose right now. But right now, looking at this, I think everyone but Ichigo is perfect. I can try drawing Renji, but here's the thing about Renji. I adore Renji. He's my favorite. That's why I no longer... One of the reasons, I used to be hardcore about Ichigo and Rukia when I was young, especially around the ages of like 15, 16 years old. I used to be pretty hardcore about it, but then, when I got older, and I started developing a deep appreciation for Renji, I was like, no, Renji and Rukia forever, man, because I don't know, they just seem so perfect for each other. Good luck with the animatics. I'm gonna try, thank you. But the thing about Renji, one, Renji is made of triangles. And two, his eyebrows suck. His eyebrows suck. I don't know whose idea was it. Well, I know whose idea was it. To give him those eyebrows. But they suck. And to be honest, I don't want to draw all them tattoos right now. I really don't. That's one of the reasons I never draw Final Fantasy 15 fan art. Is because of Gladio's whole existence. I do not want to draw an eagle tattoo. I don't. I adore Gladio. I do. I think he's a great character. And despite what people say, I really actually love the train scene. I love the train scene. It's got a lot of juicy drama, and I think it's great. I think it's a great scene. However, the fact that Gladio has the audacity to be shirtless and have that incredibly gigantic eagle tattoo makes me want to fight him. Alright, let's see what else we got. Okay. Alright, so let's see. Give me just a second. I want to check something. Oh, okay. That's not a big deal. So this was my first sketch of Uryu. As you can see, it's very, very messy. But I had this idea a while ago, before I even learned to draw, because I found myself disappointed with the way... Also, the reason why I clicked away was because I thought that I was going to get adult content claimed for what illustration 46 was, which was a shirtless drawing, another shirtless drawing of my OC Connie. But no, it wasn't. Last time I drew Connie, last time I drew Connie on stream, I drew him in his pajamas, which means he isn't wearing a shirt, and I got copyright claimed for that, because I drew nipples on him. I kid you not, that's why they told me. So, I was afraid that it was another one. I drew him getting out of the shower the other day. I'm trying to work on his anatomy, and I'm a grown-ass woman, so. Yep, I was adult copyright claimed because I drew nipples on my own character. Because God forbid the man go to bed without a t-shirt on. I appealed it. I don't know if it ever got lifted, though. Alright. So, let's see. If I'm still practicing, I could use a 3D model. Let's see. Yeah, let me try that. So, I have this model, because I think that's shaped a little more normally. Yeah, no, it's bullshit. It really is. So, let's see. We're gonna see her in a bunch of poses. Let's see. I was gonna see if I could draw Rukia or Ichihime first. Let's do Ichihime. And one of my favorite 3D poses has been this. But I think that's a little too sexy for her. The back's a little too arched. Even though some people I don't think would mind. But I say her back's a little too arched. Is there another one? I have at least 5 from this specific creator. Or maybe I can just adjust it. Let's see. Maybe we fix her spine a little. Unpoint the feet. Because Ichihime really does dress like an old lady at a farmer's market. Like, if you notice, all of her skirts are, like, really long. She's always wearing sweaters. Do I need to turn her leg, or... Whoops. Okay. And go back to the initial pose. But yeah, going back off of what I said before with, sometimes, I'll admit, with the way YouTube has been lately, it has become really hard to consistently make content. Like, YouTube claims that they want to help their content creators and stuff like that, and to be honest, I think there's a group of them that really do, but also, at the same time, they're a little bit evil. Like, at the same time, I think there is a part of them that really... This is better. I think there's a part of them that really wants to help their creators and create more content, but also, at the same time, they're a little bit evil. Yeah, I like this pose much better for Ichihime. It's perfect. It's feminine, but not too sexy. Her back is a little arched, but I can fix that. Now, our 3D model here is only an outline. So we have the action line here. We have our waist, which is probably going to be a bit bigger than normal, because these models still really are way too skinny, even for anime proportions. Let's see. Let's look at some of Orihime's casual clothing, because like I said, Orihime really does dress. And when Orihime is not, like, in the hollow world, she really does dress, or she's not in her school uniform, she really does dress like an old woman at a farmer's market. She wears long dresses, long skirts, she wears, she wears, like, ankle-length skirts, big, thick sweaters, so, let's see. I'm trying to see what some of her casual clothes are like, but all I see is her school uniform. Let's see. Oh, there's this outfit. When was this outfit? I do not remember when she wore short shorts. Now, this is a lot more accurate. Yeah, they're renders from the show. That's a lot of AI. I need to start blocking these. Does everybody remember when Orihime wore yoga pants to the Soul Society? I do. But yeah, okay. Let's... Okay, hang on. Because her hair is really long, but it's also very curly. Like that. I can fix the dress. Because it would actually be like this. Alright. I think that'll work. No, I don't think we're gonna have her wear a turtleneck, because I feel like Kubo gets Orihime to wear turtlenecks because her boobs are supposed to be huge. Now, we'll still give her some tickle bitties, but we're gonna give her I wouldn't even say tasteful tickle bitties. We're gonna give her a sweater appropriate for a teenage girl. That's a phrase. There we go. A sweater that's appropriate for a teenage girl. I have to leave early, but I'll watch the rest of the stream soon, I promise. Well, thank you very much. Go ahead. Be safe. I wish you safe travels. Wrong pen. Can't forget her heart-shaped face. You know what? I think I'll give her Mary Jane. Do you want to give her a sweater? Yeah, I think I'm going to give her a sweater. We're going to give her a sweater and some Mary Janes. We could give her some millennial ballet flats. How about that? Okay, we'll do the hands later. Y'all know I trace hands. Alright. I think we can delete the line of action now. Ah, nope, I see where I messed up. Alright, we'll clean up the bottom of the skirt later. But we are going to make... Yeah, there we go. Give the skirt a waistband. Erase some of the more basic stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and erase this. All right. Now the question is, do I draw this on a different layer? I think I know the answer to that question. Okay. Now for the moment of truth. I always feel like my line art suffers in these moments. There we go. Alright. Yeah, I just decided to draw the whole thing on a different layer. Because that would make my life a lot easier. Make her dress look flowier. Although now that I'm drawing Orihime, I would like to talk about some lore implications. So there are some very like distinct lore implications that while Orihime and Ichigo were early in their like more adult relationship, like while Ichigo was in college, that it's kind of implied that he and Orihime got pregnant before they got married. Which I suppose is not a bad thing, especially since their marriage seems happy, unlike some shonen protagonists. But now they have a powerful super child that they can't seem to keep tabs on. But as per usual, I am wondering constantly where my favorite character is, and that is Uryu Ishida. You know, the Thousand Year Blood War was supposed to be about him, and he was like barely in it. Because by that time, the filler arcs had really increased the popularity of the captains. And so apparently, Jump was really writing Kubo to include more captain stuff in the manga. Okay. Oh, I see where I missed it. That's why it looks funny. There we go. Her little button nose. Okay, we'll figure out her lips later. We'll figure out her lips in a minute. All right. If her arms be slightly bigger. Honestly, this is shaping up to be super cute. Okay. For her hair, let's refer back to the picture. Because now, I'm using myself as a reference. Microphone's in my way. Alright. Now I trace the hands. When in doubt, trace the hands. And listen, hands are hard. And I really should be drawing this with a smaller pen. Because at 8 pixels, this is very, very large. All right. Oh, whoops. I forgot to... Boom. There we go. All right. New layer. And let's go back to my reference. All right, now let's see if I can go off of memory alone. Maybe I should make the sketch layer a bit clearer so I can... Because I really like the way the sketch layer had her hair. The ends of it, at least. Actually, we're gonna have... know what? I'm actually going to erase this. This part of the hair here. I think it gets the point across just fine. All right. I am going to narrow down her sweater just a little bit. Like that. Okay. I think that's cute. Her eyes are so large. Alright, now we just erase some of this, some of all this here. Let's go up here. Reverse the canvas. Actually, the eyes didn't turn out too bad. I think I'm gonna leave them. It's the mouth that's bothering me. Oh, right. I want her eyebrows to be still a little bit excited. There! I think she looks super cute. She's got her little old lady dress on. Now, let's see how we draw Rukia. Oh, I could draw Rukia in her typical dress. People draw her in a lot of goth clothing, I've noticed. I think one of the reasons people really loved Rukia over Orihime is because Orihime was definitely giving, like... Orihime really was, like, the perfect preppy girl in the early 2000s. And Rukia was definitely the not like other girls secondary protagonist. Because I can tell you that a lot of emo girls thought they were Rukia. A lot of them. Here we go. Rukia fashion. Better. You know, I'm looking right now, and Kupo puts Orihime in a lot of Chengon Psalms. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put her in a jersey dress. That'll be cute. Alright, and then after that, we're gonna end the stream, and I'm gonna go eat lunch. Oh lord, I'm making a whole lot of noise. Trying to find my damn stylus. Okay. So we're gonna do Orihime line art. And then we're gonna actually, I'm just gonna leave that. And then we're going to merge the layers. And then we're gonna make her disappear. We're gonna bring this back. And we're actually going to change the body shape. So let's go back here. Pose drawing figure. Initial body shape. Because Rukia is a lot skinnier and quite a bit shorter than Orihime. So we're gonna make her 5 feet tall. There we go. We're going to make her torso. No, actually, no. Her torso is pretty long. She's just a little more flat. She's a lot more athletically shaped. So let's give her the generic pose again. We should be able to restore the camera angle. Yeah. Yeah, so let's do... Alright, so let's go to the 3D drawing figure. Rukia's shoulders are a bit broader. Her hips only a bit wider, and let's level out her thighs a little. Because she does like to jump very high. And now her torso is a bit wider and shorter. No, she is not nearly as shapely as Orihime. So I think that's fine. We'll say she's built like a ballerina. Actually, that's pretty accurate. So let's see. Let's give her a pose. And once again, the reason why I'm using 3D models is because I am just practicing at this point. Well, I could give her this pose. Because of her hand thing. But I actually think that's to be expected. Let's just do some casual poses for now. It's kind of hard to find. We're looking for a more tomboyish pose. Hang on, let's go back to Orihime. Should draw a matching picture. Okay, I think I know what I want. So let's go back to our poses. Let me see something. Because I can always change Orihime's eyes. So I think Rukia and Orihime are gonna be frolicking. Okay, yeah. Alright, let's... I can move Orihime anytime I need to. Let's just move Rukia back to the middle so we can work on her. Lower that a little. Alright, let's go back to the sketch layer and do a different sketch layer. Where's my pen? There it is. Alright, so Rukia... looking at a lot of her outfits, wears a lot of one-piece short-sleeve dresses. Alright. Yeah. These two are definitely going to be frolicking. Rukia wears a lot of one-piece dresses that aren't as flowy. So she's gonna be like that. Actually, let's give her a scoop neck. And some wide sleeves. Actually, no. I don't like the scoop neck. Hang on. What did she wear in the last chapter before they said goodbye? Like, I remember the outfit. I remember the casual the coat. I remember the coat. Okay, I got it. We'll do it without the coat, because I'm quite sure I know how the dress itself looks. Okay, so we're going to keep the boots. They're frolicking in their winter clothes because Orihime's wearing a sweater, so I want to keep it consistent. So we're keeping the boots. And then she has this cute fluttery skirt that goes a little bit above her knees. Oh, nope. It's like a jump scare. Alright. Gotta think of which way is the wind blowing, so... Forgive me for just a second. I have to skip this song. Something about the dog barking loop in the background, I just can't get with. Okay. Or I can just cut off. That's cool too. What's going on, YouTube? What are you doing to me, man? Jeez. I think we'll give Rukia a turtleneck. But the sleeves are bunched up. Okay. And now Rukia's got a sharp face, so we use triangles and circles for her. You also use a bit of a shadow for her because her head's kind of tilted. Oh, whoops. Now we've got leggings here for her because she's wearing leggings in that final chapter. Alright, now we can do this. Nope. We're actually gonna... When in doubt, trace the hands. And then... let's have the skirt blow closer to her leg there. Just check the... yeah. This looks very stiff. Oh, I see, because it kind of gets rid of the turn in her body here. That's okay, we can fix that. Give her a scarf. Alright. You know what? Let me finish the boots first. Let's see. Alright. Now, how did I have her eyes drawn? Sorry, I just realized that I haven't spoken for a hot-ass 15 minutes. Alright. A little bit of a Joker smile there, so let's fix that. Because I want to be clear here. No matter the discourse, no matter what people say about Rukia and Ichigo and how they should be together and whatnot, no matter what anybody says, Rukia loves Orihime. She adores Orihime. They're close friends. So I don't want to hear any of this. Rukia is a girl's girl, okay? I don't want to hear anybody's mouth. She is a girl's girl. Actually, there we go. I forgot that her head is actually tilted. like that. Which means her nose needs to be a bit shorter. Boop. Yeah, but I don't want to hear what anybody says. They're close friends. They love each other. They're like sisters. Oh, wait. It needs to be a different line. That needs to be a different layer. I don't think her eye is big enough. Actually, I didn't realize this, but Rukia's ears are actually covered. So let's get rid of those. There we go. All right. Let's merge both these layers. Let's name this Rukia. All right. Now let's adjust. Let's take her. Move her this way. Let's take her. And move her this way. Are they on the same plane? Yes, they are. And then we're going to change Orihime's eyes so that they are making eye contact. Taking a bit of a risk here. All right, aside from a few minor tweaks, I think we have a good the girls are frolicking picture. They're about to hold hands because they're adorable. But I think that's cute. I think we're good. I think we're good. So, tomorrow we're gonna be doing the same thing. I might color this tonight. I don't know. We'll see. But for right now, the girls are frolicking, they're holding hands, and they like each other very much. They're like sisters. I love them. I don't care how bad the ship wars get. Rukia and Orihime are besties. Alright, that's me done, because I am super hungry and I need lunch. So, I love you guys. I'll see you later. Stay weird, lovely, and happy eating.